Hey everyone, and welcome to Signals from the Frontline, your every Wednesday live broadcast brought to you by Frontline Gaming. We're your host, Kicker, the Chief of Cereal, and FLG Insider, Shelby, the hobby guru, and for like the third or fourth week in a row, the most scatterbrain player in 40K. She's gone bananas. And I am Seth, your mad doc and your competitive correspondent. So what has everyone been up to?
I decided to start watching Harry Potter again. Like, I don't know if you guys have ever done that. Just decided to totally just go back in time and watch an old series that you just don't really care about. Like, I'm not a Harry Potter fan. That's the thing that's weird. It's like I could care less about Harry Potter, but I'm like, you know what? I got nothing else to do. Let's watch some Harry Potter, and I am thoroughly enjoying the series. Yeah, that's all I got. What about you, Shelby? Something more 40K relevant?
I typically do that, but with stuff that I enjoy more. So that's really neat of you. No, actually, I don't have much more 40K relevant stuff. Seth is the only one that does like 40K relevant things in here. I don't know why we're here, honestly, Kicker. If you run
because you're bananas.
Shelby is wearing a shirt with bananas on it right now. Because
get it, guys? Get it?
Here we go. Boom.
Okay. Moving on. Anyways, I am super stressed out and feeling kind of burned out. I got some interesting job news today that I was not expecting in a very, very good way. It's very positive news. I'm really excited. I just have no idea what it means for like events for the rest of this year, 40K for next year or anything. It's
good for Shelby career-wise, bad for Shelby 40K-wise.
Bad for Shelby, like knowing how to plan stuff, at least for now. Okay. I'm just trying to process some information, basically. But yeah, Seth, what's the 40K? Seth, ding ding.
Oh no!
What you got going
on? I'm lagging out. Sorry, folks. I've been fine tuning an orc list. I'm trying to get my orcs all together for the GW event, which is like what, 9 days from now, 8 days from now.
Do math, but it's soon.
It's real close. So that also involved a lot of speed painting, because also randomly I decided to just like, what if I drove 9 hours to Savannah, Georgia and back to film with Glacial Geek last weekend, which meant that I had to have all my stuff painted to a good tabletop quality. So, yeah, I've been doing that kind of stuff, getting back to work. I think this is probably the busiest appointment schedule I've had in a long time. So that's taken up a lot of day. But yeah, just regular old orc crap.
Dude, Seth, you called me in the middle of the day. I'm like, whoa, like I am honored by this phone call, because I know during the day, like you are focused. You are.
Yeah, I got done with my ostriches for a few minutes and I returned your call.
If anyone else said that, I'd be questioning what they did for a job.
Please tell me you actually worked with some ostriches.
Yeah, I have like 4
Did
ostriches.
You really? Oh my God.
Okay, what do you name an ostrich? Like, do you have a good name for any of them?
They're 1, 2, 3, and 4 in our records.
That is terrible. That is
ostrich 1.
Okay, no, this is a complete aside. And I'm going to bring this just little tidbit for everyone out there to judge. I have seen in 2 days 2 different chicken clients both bring me a female, like golden colored chicken named Blanche. And had 0 other chickens in their flock named after the Golden Girls. I was really upset with this.
I would have immediately assumed that was the same chicken.
No, it is 2 different owners with 2 different Blanches, and neither flock had any more chickens named after the Golden Girls, and I was upset.
Fair enough. I'm sorry. That's a legitimate reason to be upset. I understand. I'm sorry.
Oh, man. I'm sorry for the pain.
All right. Well, anyway, besides my chicken-based anger, Kicker, tell us what's going on in industry news.
Well, as I'm sure you guys have seen, there's a few releases hitting the world soon. No dates set yet, but we've got the Black Templars. Yay! They're officially getting brand new models, and a lot of them. They have this new character, not new character. They have the remake of the classic. Come on, what's his name? I forget his name. Helbrick. I think his name is. I don't know. Helbrick. Yeah. Classic.
Angry guy.
Angry, superhero Primaris, well, previously not Primaris, now Primaris character. But what's really interesting is that he's in a diorama, and I don't know what your thoughts are, guys. I personally don't want my models that I'm using to play a war game on a diorama, because it's a lot going on there. It's also a lot more work because I have to paint more stuff. I don't want to have to paint more models than I have to. And if you have a diorama with like a dead orc and then like 2 sidekicks,
that sounds like a personal problem, Kicker.
I find the use of a dead orc on the base obviously offensive.
Yeah.
I think it's super awesome and fantastic.
Well, guys,
and Helbrick can't even be bothered to clean his own sword. What is going on with
that
that?
is my favorite part of that model. Like, it is not even out of the body of the orc, and this motherfucker's, I'm sorry, this person is like, excuse me, sir, let me wipe this off for you. I'm so sorry.
It's totally overdone, but
It's
I think
amazing.
that the community of Black Templar fans are going crazy. They love it.
That community is also overdone. So you boys have fun.
Wow.
Well, guys,
They love their Black Templars. They'll sit you down and be like, "Oh my God, let me tell you about my own personal story and crusade." And you're like, "I got it. You really like your Black Templars."
dude, like I think Black Templar fans are fanatical about their like I like the hobby as much as anyone, but Black Templar fans are like extremely loyal to those.
Are you saying that they're perhaps zealous fans?
Ooh, wait, I'm the only dad here, and I will approve of that dad joke. Guys, if you are watching us live, tell us in the chat, do you like dioramas on your models or not? Like, is this a good thing, a bad thing? Shelby and Seth are monitoring the chat.
Sure are.
Yeah, there you guys go. Guys, there's also the new Kill Team set that's coming out, Sisters and Tau. I didn't see that coming. I don't know about you guys, but I would never have thought that would be the next.
What a combination.
Yeah, right?
Yeah.
Right. You know, I figured maybe some chaos or something, but no, Sisters and Tau. It's kind of cool, though, because they're brand new kits, so that's exciting, too.
Aren't you excited to run some Pathfinders in your Tau?
No,
the odd thing was the Pathfinder kit was relatively new. Like, it came out like probably like 5 or 6 years ago, and it was like, it's a good kit. Like, so I'm just kind of surprised they added more.
So did you read the fine print? Basically, the Tau kit is going to include the. I'm pretty sure this is the way that's happening. It's going to have the existing Pathfinder sprue in there, and then they're adding in like a little upgrade sprue that has some heads and the additional weapons. Yeah. So just a nice little add-on right there.
Okay, that makes more sense because I was like, man, why would they scrap that whole like line? That was a good line.
Yeah. Totally. Especially when you have like entire armies that have their core, troops that are 15 years old or whatnot.
Yeah.
Well, then we've also got the Death Corps, Krieg, and the Commandos from Kill Team. Now they're getting standalone boxes. What I thought was just fascinating is that these standalone boxes are not your Warhammer 40,000 branded boxes. They're Kill Team branded boxes. So the artwork is for a Orc Commando box has 040K. It's just Kill Team. So I was kind of surprised. I was expecting it to be a Warhammer 40K, branded box. Instead, it's Kill Team. So I'm wondering if that's going to be the rollout. But what that means to me though is like obviously GW is really committing to Kill Team for the long haul here. What have you guys seen that? Have you guys seen the box art for these new models?
I have, and yeah, they've repackaged before. Yeah. Like in the last edition of Kill Team, they would take like GW like 40K sprues and throw them in and repackage them into a Kill Team box. But this is like a new kit entirely only being sold under the Kill Team banner. So yeah, that's pretty cool.
Yeah, and so what they did in the last edition, I don't know if you guys saw it at your local GW stores, Warhammer stores, or your friendly local gaming store. They actually provided little stickers that the store managers could go and put on Warhammer 40K, troop boxes saying this is compatible with Kill Team. I'm wondering if they're going to do the reverse here and give little stickers to say this Kill Team box is compatible with 40K.
I feel like 40K guys know what's compatible. Like we steal a lot from other systems anyway. I've seen a lot of people take like Necromunda models and make them 40K models. So I don't think you need to tell us what we can and cannot convert.
Kicker, really quickly, I feel like you should know that you hurt Colin Watt's soul because you called Pathfinder's troops. So that's a neat
fast attack. Now I will defend you, Kicker, because FLG employees are contractually obligated to follow the evil Ricio's scheme of putting down Tau. So I think Kicker's job might have been in danger if he said something positive about the Tau.
It's very fair.
Yeah, when I signed that contract with FLG, it's stipulated that. So only negative talk about Tau.
Can't say good things.
Yeah,
correct.
Okay.
Well, guys. The other thing, it's a little sad, but it's confirmed. Orc allocations are terrible. The pre-orders are coming up on Saturday, and we're talking about 2 of the Beast Boss and Squigosaur, like per store. That's very disheartening because 3 weeks ago, the pre-orders for the Orcs, we're talking 30, units per allocation. Now we're talking 2. That is scary. Are we going back in time? Are we going back to the dark times? I'm not sure how to feel about that. I did cry a little bit before the show because it did.
So you got it all out. Okay, good.
Got it all out. I have some serious FOMO, and now I'm like, how am I going to get these models?
Oh, like I already messaged Shelby today. Like I was like, hey, so I heard there's allocation. Can the local store make sure I get one of the two? Like
I will do my, but that's a bit of a bummer because honestly, I think that model looks incredible enough that I wanted to pick it up personally. I don't have any intention of playing orcs ever. I just think it looks incredible and it would be really fun to try and paint. And so now I feel like in order to make sure that every orc player has what they need, I will not buy it until they're more regularly available. So
I mean, I want two to play, and if a store only has two, and there's several orc players in every community, I mean, I'm having to fight for them. So I had to call up like a bunch of stores and see if I can try to, maybe kindly ask if I can get one of theirs, and then call another store and see if I can get one of theirs. But we'll see what happens. Guys, in Frontline gaming news, we do have a sale going on tomorrow at 11 Pacific. Oh, no, sorry. No, this is far more important. Tomorrow.
It's like you're downplaying this so hard.
I know I'm like, oh, wait, I can't read my notes here. By the way, I am kind of illiterate. There's no photos in the notes here, so I'm just trying to make up what I'm reading.
We have to give him cereal each time he finishes a section correctly.
My notes must be in comic book format or else I cannot interpret them. Guys, so this is like really important news. So get close. All right. Tomorrow, 11 a.m. Pacific Standard Time, the New Orleans Open tickets will be going on sale, and they are going to be going fast. This event is glorious. It is amazing. It is beautiful. It's everything you would ever want in a game, in a Warhammer tournament. Here's the problem, though. This event is going to be a smaller one than we generally have, which means we have slightly less tickets than we generally have. So if you want to play in the 40K champs, in the Age of Sigmar champs, Kill Team, X-Wing, Star Wars Legion, get your tickets immediately. Like, just don't think about it, just get them, because we really are limited in tickets. Warhammer will have around 200. Warhammer 40K will have around 200 players, and that's it. There's no extra wiggle room. We can't make any more space than that. It is at a beautiful venue in the middle of the French Quarter. You walk out the front door, you're on Bourbon Street. It's pretty perfect.
Glorious.
But because of that premier location, we're limited in space. I've already started working on the contract for 2022, so we hope to double, maybe even triple in size. But for this first year, if you want to go, make sure you get your tickets tomorrow at 11 a.m. Pacific Standard Time. Yay!
Hey, what if you're an Express Pass holder?
So, yes, if you are an Express Pass holder, check your email tonight. This is Wednesday, so you've gotten your email 2 nights ago. Yeah, Seth, you
check it again.
Check it again. Make sure you respond tonight, tomorrow at the latest. Because if you're an Express Pass holder, you'll be guaranteed a ticket for sure. I was looking at the responses, and we've not gotten that many, which means people have not checked their email because
it might also be so. KR Quinn has so that COVID info and any COVID protocols that exist in the city of New Orleans exist at this event. So you do have to have your vaccine. I know you have to have proof of vaccination. Kicker, can you use a COVID test that's negative?
You can't use a rapid COVID test. You have to use the other one. I'm not a
PCR test
doctor, so
so the PCR test takes longer to verify and it's more reliable. So it is more certain that you are negative.
Yeah, you have to use that one, and it has to be within, I think 3 days of the event. We will the hotel will be carding you before you get into the building. As always, if your opponent is asking you to wear a mask, we kindly ask you to respect your opponents. But as of right now, there will be no social distancing at the event. And it looks like everything should be fine to go. With that said, like you have to prove the vaccination. But
Kicker, when is the New Orleans event?
The New Orleans event, thank you. That's really important, isn't it? Takes place the weekend of December 11th, so 10th, 11th, and 12th.
So it's possible that mandate is gone. Fingers crossed,
totally.
maybe. Maybe we'll be in a state of semi-normalcy.
I really hope so.
I really hope
Shelby, I think that's really why we have you on the show, is for your internal
optimism.
She's so optimistic. I love
Somebody's gonna have it.
I love it. Reese asked me to mention one other thing that's really cool. This is the first time we're ever doing this. We're having a premium ticket for our event. It's so for 40K players that want to go play the champs, but also want to get a bunch of swag. Well, not swag. Swag generally means like trinkets. We're talking like legit retail merch.
Cool.
You can get our premium ticket. This includes the New Orleans Open event tee, the event objective markers, a really cool army mat that goes inside of one of the army trays, and you get both the mat and the full-size Frontline Gaming army tray, all for one low price. You're saving a lot of money, and it's guaranteed that you'll get it. Because if you show up at the event and you want a tee, chances are you won't be able to get one. They'll probably be sold out.
Kicker, somebody in the chat asked if any of this merch will be, or specifically the FLG Army tray? Is that going to be on sale separately from that pass, or is it just like a pass only thing?
So everything you'll see in the web cart tomorrow. We just loaded it up today. We haven't gone live with it though. Everything will be sold a la carte too, but you'll spend a lot more money buying the mat or the tray separately than if you just buy it in one big package deal. It's really cool.
Specifically, Cody was asking, is that tray going to be available at the LVTT? Because I imagine that Cody does not want to, or Corey doesn't want to travel with a tray and he wants to buy one there.
Yeah, so we will have some in stock, some on hand. We generally bring all the inventory that we have made to our tournaments. So we should have some trays on hand this weekend at the LVTT. But once again, there's not that many. I mean, we've sold out. Every time we bring those trays, they sell out within the first day. So if you want a tray, get one when you're registering.
Yeah.
Get one when you're picking up your challenge coin, signing in, buy your tray right then and there.
Corey compliments will get you everywhere on this show. Says Seth is good looking and smart. Just for chat's reference, I am going through, as you guys ask questions, and copying them into a Word document. So if we don't get to them because our chat scrolls and we can't see after a while, I am copying them into a Word document so we can all get to them later.
Thank you, Seth. Guys, one other thing that we're doing is we are offering the New Orleans Open dice for sale as well. So if you want some really cool limited edition dice, they will only be available for sale for 7 days from tomorrow. So basically a week. I'm pretty sure 7 days is a week, right? Yeah, that's a week. Okay, so you've got a week to pre-order the dice because after that we have to remove them for the web cart because I have to place the order to get them in hand by the event. So check them out. Yeah, so tomorrow check out all that cool stuff. You'll get to see the swag. It is gorgeous. Guys, I wanted to ask your thoughts on seminars / classes, experiences at the LVO. What do you guys want to have? What do you think, Seth, Shelby? If you're going to LVO, what do you guys want to be entertained by besides the tournament? Because I'm right now working on that. And, if you're in the chat, please comment. Tell us what you want. I mean, obviously there's painting classes. There's going to be the GW preview. Michael Tempe, that guy that's designing the Outward Realms, is going to be giving a little Q&A session on game design. So what other things would you guys want? I mean, Seth, what do you think?
Do you want my completely blunt answer, even though you just asked Seth first, which is totally
fine?
What,
Seth, don't say anything. Shelby, please.
So I mean, mine was super simple and mostly snarky. I apologize. I don't do any of that stuff.
Really?
I really don't. Like, I'm the kind of person that goes to Dragon Con and goes to like one panel and that's it. And rest of the time, I just have a lot of drinks and watch a lot of people walk around in costumes and go see everybody that I know.
But you just said something, costumes. So you're saying costumes are important.
Yeah, so actually, and spoiler alert for everybody who's listening or watching or whatever, something that we've been kicking around is the possibility of doing a costume contest at either the FLG New Orleans tournament or LVO or something like that. So give us your thoughts on whether you think that's awesome or stupid.
I think it's awesome.
Just holler.
As a guy that's recently got into prop building, I think it's awesome.
Yeah. So, I mean, real talk though, Seth, like, what do you like to see? Because that's not my thing, but I know it's yours.
All right, I'm gonna stop watching chat for a second. So, chat, you're unmonitored. So, good luck.
Go crazy.
What would I like to see?
Yeah. I mean,
I don't know. Like,
these are
for me,
these are free things you get to go to, right? So you've already got your con badge to get in the door. You've got all the vendors. You're playing your tournament, but maybe after or before the event, you want to go get edumacated. What would you want to like learn or go see or do?
Sleep. I want to sleep. No, and that's the thing for me because like I'm like. For me, the fun part is always like post, the day hanging out and chatting with people. So like literally just like meet and greets. Like I know a lot of big podcasts will do it when like they go to like LVO. They'll be like, hey, on Saturday night, we're all going to meet up at this restaurant and hang out. So just like formalizing some of that. Like, hey, do you guys want to just like hang out for a night with some of the FLG staff? This is where they're going to be and hanging out. You can come join them.
I love it. Like, it's even easier for me. Dude, I want to make my life easier.
And it's just like, and I'm going to be 100% blunt. I'm stealing this idea from Nova because Nova used to do that. They used to have their like charity lounge where it was just like, do you want to hang out with Mike Brandt and drink beers while we play some guitar? He's going to be upstairs at 10 o'clock, cool. Like, so it's an easy thing to do. And people just like, and then, it's just a big hangout. And that's always a thing that like, Shelby, come here. Or come here.
Which direction are you?
Come here. Okay. How many times have we been at an event and the analysis paralysis of what are we going to do tonight for dinner has set in?
every time.
So if the event was just like, hey guys,
Dinner.
there's a place where you can come get some food at a decent price and we can all hang out. Like, okay, cool. Everyone's like, we're going to go to the FLG thing for dinner. Great. Simple, easy. Everyone goes over there. You get your food, you get your drinks, you talk to some people. Like
that's like a pre-bought ticket though, I think, in order for the hotel to be able to plan that sort of thing.
I like that. Wait. Could we do like a signals dinner? Like, hey, come out, get some drinks. We have some specials. No, or like a full.
We could probably do any number of things.
The FLGN like dinner.
I don't know, man. Right? You want to put me and Danny in the same room? We're gonna have beef. You know, like we're gonna.
In some serious comments, serious quote unquote. Sorry, chat is killing me.
Oh,
okay, so good. Somebody says that Seth should cosplay riding the Falcon into the convention hall. I don't know if it's possible.
No. You guys don't understand. Falcon's right on my hand.
I mean, he's a bird. I get it. Because you work on birds and he's a bird. I got it. That's
realistically. So somebody just mentions like the typical classes on streaming, painting, etc. Just it's a matter of people making time for it. And then somebody else suggested a writing workshop, maybe with like library authors or people who know the lore really well, who write a lot. So that would be pretty cool, I think.
That is cool. And guys, you got to remember, like 40K, that's like all day, every day of LVO. But there's a lot of other game systems there, and they don't take nearly as much of the day as they do. I mean, a lot of the other tournaments, are half day or a few hours in the afternoon, or only one day of the tournament. So I just want to have other things for the other non 40K players as well.
Yeah. Colin says, I will pay extra money to watch Seth lose money at a roulette.
Colin may know that roulette is one of my games of choice.
Oh, I did not know that.
Yeah. I have to control my gambling, folks.
Okay, so should I move us on? Should I squeeze us along?
Let's move on. Guys, I wanted to say swag for SoCal has been determined. It is beautiful. It is glorious. And right now, at this exact time, is when I would generally pick up some stuff and say, hey, here's the swag that's coming out this weekend for LVTT, the challenge coin, the surprises, but I don't have any of it with me because it's already there. It's already shipped to Las Vegas. So I can't show it off on camera, on air right now. I know.
Why aren't you at Vegas?
Get it together.
I know everyone's been messaging me. This is the one and only event that I will not be working. I will be working at every single other Frontline gaming event until I die, most likely. It's contractually obligated.
I'm going to have to talk to Reese. I can't even believe he's paying you.
Wow.
Yeah, no, this is the one event I can't do. I had a prior obligation. Wah.
Right.
But you'll have your challenge coin at LV Teams. You'll have a really cool koozie, actually, your sticker, and a few other little things that you'll have to see when you get there.
I'm starting the stopwatch before someone makes a koozie joke about mech guns.
Okay. Shelby, why don't you tell us what's happening in the world of the FLGN?
Same stuff, different day, mostly. But I'm going to try and tell you about the specifics, right? So as per usual, other things that you can tune into last week and upcoming this week. Chapter Tactics last week discussed kind of like, I think the episode is neat. So they mostly just discussed like how to be successful with a lower tier army, especially given that Space Wolves did pretty well in like a couple of tournaments, I think, over this past weekend. And I wouldn't call them like a lower tier army. I think they're fair to Midland. But just in general, figuring out how to make up for the natural tier of the army, I presume with some sort of skill and practice and that sort of thing. Last week, the Grim After Dark had Mitch Pelham on. I heard great things. I haven't watched that episode. I haven't watched many episodes because, as it turns out, I'm really bad at this job, quote unquote, this volunteering thing. I don't know what this is. So Mitch talks about his experience on Best in Faction, because he's one of the hosts of Best in Faction. He also TOs a lot of stuff, and so he kind of gives a little bit of insight into how to potentially run your own tournament and how to avoid some pitfalls, some handy tips and tricks in order to make sure that your tournament goes smoothly. I'm assuming all of this advice can apply to RTTs, GTs, whatever sort of size tournament you might be running. So if you're thinking about running something in the near future, or you have run something in the past and it's actually like it didn't go that well, maybe tune into this episode and pick up some tricks. And then the Thursday, so last weekend, I think what they focused on the most was the Iron Halo GT, which was huge. So if you wanted to know more about how that went, you can tune into Thursday show from last week. In this week, yesterday, I'll say that this was something that I can plug now. Yesterday, the Grim After Dark interviewed Taylor, I think, or at least that's what was in their schedule.
Tanner. That's
Tanner. That's what I meant to say. Yep. Mm-hmm, yep. Cool. I'm not sure about what because it hasn't been posted yet, so I haven't watched it. I didn't watch it live.
They reviewed the 3 episodes of Hammer and Bolter.
Oh, neat. Okay, so they reviewed some of the Warhammer Plus stuff. Super cool. Chapter Tactics is coming up right after this, right?
Yeah.
That's when they do this. So go watch that, I guess, if that's
I think they're on Tuesdays, aren't they?
I thought they were after us. I don't know anymore. Whee!
I think they're Tuesdays usually.
I thought that there were 2 shows on Wednesday, but I have been wrong before. Actually, multiple times. And then the Thursday show, I know that they're going to cover the Las Vegas team tournament stuff. They're absolutely going to break that down. I also hope that they talk a little bit about the Warzone Houston GT and a few other GTs that are going on this weekend. Because I know team tournaments aren't everybody's thing. So while it may be interesting to hear about, I hope that they plug in a few other events.
I think they're definitely going to hit the London GT.
Oh yeah,
that's right.
It's like a 600-person event.
That's gonna be massive. Yeah. But did I miss anything? You guys have any thoughts? Anything that you are looking forward to, or maybe thought was particularly cool last week?
We had the new episode of Game Changers.
Yeah, with Scary.
Yeah.
Oh,
yeah.
excellent.
Yeah. So
I need to do a better job of checking when Steve puts out his episodes.
Steve, you might just need to message Shelby.
Yeah, just do that. Honestly, if everybody could message me. So fun fact, I am going tomorrow to get evaluated for memory loss and ADD because much like many other women who like don't remember things very well, my mom was just like, you did fine in school. There's no need for that. And I am more and more certain that there is something wrong. I'm forgetting everything all the time. It is genuinely concerning. So you can make fun of me if you want about forgetting things. That's totally fine because it happens a lot, but I am genuinely concerned about it.
So someday I'll share a very dark story about memory loss, but not today.
Oh, okay. Okay.
I mean, my desk and basically life is just covered in Post-it notes. Like you see, the inside of my car is covered with Post-it notes. I can't remember crap.
I have made that effort to be organized in so many ways. I've bought all of the different types of notebooks that are like, if this didn't work for you, maybe this will work for you. I have Post-it notes everywhere. I am just bad at this in general, whole existing thing.
I think
okay.
I would be interested to talk to you later off air about some ADD stuff because I think I sympathize.
That would be great. Let's do that. Cool. Matthew Nurgle forgot my name. Is that part of the story? Oh my God. I can't tell if he's making a joke or if he actually forgot my name. And now I don't understand.
Chat is keeping us entertained.
They are. I love you guys tonight.
All right.
It's popping off. Okay.
Yeah, they are tonight.
I love it, actually. So things that we should chat about today. So given that the Las Vegas team tournament is coming up, London GT, the New Orleans Open, now the FLG tournament in New Orleans in December, la-da-da-da-da, tons of stuff, right? Maybe you've never gone to a big tournament before. Maybe you're intimidated by the whole process. So we figured today we would chat a little bit about how to get prepared for tournaments, not for playing in the tournament, but how to get ready to go to it, how to make that travel a little bit easier, what to do when you get there, how do you find like the best hotel for the price, where do you stay, what sort of food do you eat, what's your schedule like, etc., etc., etc. So given that maybe some of you are taking that journey for the first time this weekend, or maybe you just suck at it in general and we can give you some tips and tricks, that's what this discussion is supposed to be for. And this is meant to be a much more discussion based. I'm not going to talk at you guys. I want to talk with you guys and ask you some questions about how you typically do things when you go to a tournament. So first and foremost, do you typically try and stay on site, or are you the type of person who prioritizes price and will stay off site if it's more affordable? So what are you guys' thoughts on where to stay and how do you pick where to stay?
I'm going to tell you straight up, staying on site, if you can, is like infinitely better, but obviously, you know, price is always a factor, right? With this kind of goes hand in hand with this, and I see it so far for Atlantic City. We see it for like Lone Star Open, really badly Lone Star Open, and I'm really worried about New Orleans. Actually, we have a limited room block, and when that room block sells out, you're kind of, SOL. You kind of need to jump on that. New Orleans Open in particular, that room rate is extremely cheap to stay downtown in the French Quarter at a very nice hotel. We're talking $119 a night for a beautiful hotel. But unfortunately, the room block, it's limited. And I've already asked if I can increase it because I know people are going to want to all stay there.
Sure.
You need to book your room as soon as you book your ticket if you want to stay in the room block, because that's the best way you're going to get an affordable price. With Texas, a lot of people weren't so sure, and there's a lot of hotels all around the area, so they didn't really stress about getting a room on site. That was fine. But the rooms on site at Texas, first of all, it was a great room. It was a Marriott, $90 a night. But when these, I know, right? I really pushed hard to get so Frontline Gaming is really good at getting the best deals possible for our venues, for our players. That's part of the thing that we really try hard to do. So yeah, we're talking $90 a night at this hotel. We sold out of rooms twice. I was able to get increase the second, after we sold it the first time, I was able to increase the second time. But we had so many people frustrated with us that they then were trying to stay at the same hotel on site, but their room rate was $180, double the price.
Yeah.
Double the price. And so staying on site is preferable, but then if you're going to do that, you got to commit and get that room in the room block as soon as the tickets go up. So our room blocks are listed right next to the ticket. So as soon as you're in the web cart, add the ticket and then go get your room, and then sleep easy at night. Oh, see what I just did there? Sleep easy, because it's like a room. Okay, sorry. Okay,
Colin, the hotel link will be open tomorrow when tickets go on sale. I'm pretty sure.
We want to give everyone the same. Yeah, they'll be right there. We're going to post everything with all the tickets and the room block link. We want to give everyone, a fair chance at getting their room at the same time. What about you, Seth, though? I mean, have you stayed off site?
I have, right? And I've done it both for obviously 40K, and I've done it for some work conferences. Mm-hmm. If you can afford it, staying on site is the easiest. And for me, I don't like the stress of scrambling trying to get to the venue in the morning, and I don't like when I get done, I usually just I want to eat and I want to go lay down, and I don't want to have to fight about it. I just want to go do it. So I like the freedom the venue gets of just I don't have to hustle in the morning. I don't have to try to coordinate all my friends' needs at the end of the day to make sure we all go to the places we want. That being said, you can certainly find some cool places close by offsite, particularly Vegas. I know that's there's a lot of stuff that's more walking distance in Vegas than other places.
I mean, don't tell Reese, but last LVO I stayed offsite.
Well, he's not listening, so it's fine. Okay.
Is he
anyway, but so there's certain places where that's doable, but there's certain I've heard. For Adepticon, I've not been, but I've heard Adepticon is there's nothing around it. So if you don't book the Adepticon hotel, you're Ubering to and from the venue. So you just gotta play that by ear. I personally am an absolutely horrible judge about selecting hotels online, and have stayed in some absolute crack den of hotels. Okay, so I now go with who of my friends are going. Have they already picked a hotel room? Great, I'm going to bunk with you. You're responsible for picking the hotel room, or I buy the venue. That's what I do now.
Yeah.
You buy the whole venue.
The whole venue. Yep,
just the whole thing. The whole.
Cool.
Okay, cool. So I mean, I think I pretty much agree with everything you guys are saying. If I can and the rooms are available, I'll stay on site. And honestly, I will make poor life decisions and make myself go broke before I stay off site. On site is just, it's so convenient. Jesus. Okay, cool. So we've already kind of hinted at this in the conversation previously, but talking about figuring out what to do after you're done playing. How do you figure out where to eat? Do you just what process do you go through in order to figure that sort of thing out? Seth has already mentioned that typically we don't have a plan and it's just decision paralysis. So Kicker, if you have any better experience trying to figure out
okay, so it's literally my job to be an organizer of things, and I can't help but organize where I'm going to dinner for an event. So the week before the event, I've already scouted out, because I don't want to be thinking about this after the game, right? I'm too tired. I've already scouted out potential restaurants. This is where we're going to go. This is who I'm going to invite. This is who I'm not going to invite. And,
ooh, selective,
right? And let's go do this. So yeah, I mean, I definitely like to organize in advance. Just get out on Google Maps and find some places nearby. Of course, if you have friends in the area, they're going to give you, the recommendations. I'm excited to go to the GW Texas event. I got a lot of friends in Austin, and yeah, I'm going to let them, you just let me tag along and I'll go wherever you want to go. But I think it's worth organizing that in advance, or figuring that out in advance.
I'm very similar. I have to scout a ramen place before I go somewhere.
You really love ramen.
Yeah, I've got it. Every single place I go, I've got to be like, is there ramen okay? Is there? Because that's the indication of whether it's a good city.
This week.
Say what now?
I said I jokingly said this in chat earlier this week, but she's not joking.
No, I'm not. I'm very, very serious. I will find a ramen place. I will get a tattoo before I go to a tournament almost every single time. Not on purpose. It just happens to happen. And I will always find a ramen place to go eat at. Guaranteed. Seth, do you have any thoughts on that?
On food or like things I look up?
I think you usually just fly by the seat of your pants from my experience hanging out with you.
If I get basically once I've secured housing and for me it's pizza. I have to have pizza.
Oh
yeah, that's right.
I always
ramen and pizza.
I always try to get pizza. So if I can check those boxes, I'm good. I'm solid.
KR Quinn actually makes a really good point. If you have like any interest in socializing with a pretty solid group of folks in your area, consider either forming a team or seeing if there's a team that has some spots for you to join, because some of my best times and experiences have been with hanging out with the people that I was either on a team with, or most of the time I just like attach myself to one of my friend groups and that's it. But having somebody, like having a solid group to go around with is pretty awesome. So the last thing, this is my first LVO major. Any good ramen places in Vegas? I will do some research, Kelsey. I will do I will do a 1.5 mile search radius and find you the best ramen place, because there's probably like 60. So last
She's on a mission.
Least, I will do
on
it.
A mission.
How do you guys transport your stuff?
Foam bags.
Yeah, I usually, like right now I use a lot of KR foam. I'm kind of deep into that system.
What about flying versus driving?
Flying, depending on the event, I've done both. I try to put everything into like I have a backpack from KR that I can put in an overhead, which works well. But like when I went to Charity Hammer, I had to take way more crap than I could put in an overhead because I wanted to have multiple armies to play there. So I literally put my KR foam in like a giant suitcase and surrounded it with clothes.
Oh wow!
So I've checked and carried on my army. I generally think that you need to probably carry on your army if you can. Because I can go a day or two without fresh clothes. I can't go to a tournament a day or two without an army.
Oh man,
no, I didn't even think about that. Yeah,
that's a really, really good. Thank you for that nugget of wisdom. Thank you, because I am absolutely the kind of person who's going to be
give you nuggets.
Do you have chicken nuggets?
You don't.
Can I have some? Anyways, Kicker, do you have any insights, or do you guys have anything else, any other tips and tricks that you would like to mention that I haven't brought up, or if chat, you guys have any questions, or how do we enlist the Shelby research system? No, I am not for hire.
I definitely think that it's something worth considering when you are traveling, whether it's by car or plane, to have a travel-friendly army. And that could be your same army, but for example, my AdMech army, I just said, screw it, no antennas. Just not happening, because they're all going to bust off on the bumps in the road. Just no antennas, no little fidgety little bits and pieces. Just don't bother even attaching them or snipping them off while I'm building models. You want stuff that's going to be roadworthy, whether it's by the plane or whatever, because it's going to get damaged.
That's honestly one reason that I'm happy to switch from Necrons to Harlequins, because they are just so fragile in every single way. God.
Yes, they are.
So yes, what else you guys got? Or should we move on to competitive stuff?
I think the last thing to think about when you travel is like meds, because without fail, like you're gonna get a headache, you're gonna get an upset stomach. Like most hotels sell that kind of stuff, but they're gonna sell it at like premium prices. So just like it's not hard to like swing. Even if you don't have someone home, just like it's not hard to hit CVS on the way out of town and throw a bag. I think a Pepto-Bismol or some ibuprofen in your bag. Like I always, if you ever see me at events, and you're having, some sort of medical issue, I probably have a med with me for that.
Go find Seth. He'll be your event mommy.
Yeah, but like I literally I'm an old man and I'm like at the table like taking ibuprofen and I'm like, you want some ibuprofen?
you want some ibuprofen?
I got you covered, man.
Also, as a quick note, don't forget your like prescription meds.
Yeah.
Like some people do on a trip to a conference in Canada.
Ooh, that'd be a problem.
And then they have to go. Although that was super cool. Like, fun fact, that was me. I did that. I went to a conference in Canada and just totally forgot my anxiety meds and went to a Canadian clinic, and they were just like, "This is a problem you have. Here are your meds." And I was like, "Here is my money." And they were like, "No money." And I was like, "Canada."
Wow.
So,
Canada.
that was pretty cool. But yeah, cool. Awesome.
So if you're at one of the Frontline Gaming events, go find Seth if you need any sort of medical attention, and go find Kicker if you just need, some sugary cereal to keep you going.
But not serious medical attention. You should probably still reserve that for like a non-veterinarian doctor.
I think I have certain legal rights in the events of life-saving emergencies, but otherwise. All right, let's get this moving along because we're pushing on time.
What do we got going on in the competitive world, Seth?
So this was kind of like this weekend was the Grey Knights and Thousand Suns kind of big debut. Grey Knights ended up winning the Iron Halo. Ben Sherwin took them and won. Thousand Suns came in second and third, I believe, at the Twisted Dice Devastation, I think they called it this time. So yeah, we're starting to see those armies out in the wild now, out and making the splash in the meta. The Lord Marshall Conference wrapped up their 2021 season. Matt Root won that. Bold move, guys. Bold move. So they use the same scoring as like ITC, I believe. But Matt Root had such a lead going into this last event, the Iron Halo being the last event, that he chose to go on a fishing trip rather than going to play because he knew that mathematically there was like one person that might be able to pass him. So he was just like, I'm going fishing. And he won. So he won. It would be like, to give you reference, like you can't win LVO without, or like the ITC without going to LVO. That'd be like someone so far ahead in the points that they're just like John Lennon be like, you know what? I'm just going to sit on the beach, guys, and not go to LVO and still win. Like that's a flex right there. So,
well done.
Getting into the 40K competitive track. So we do have some movement this week because of the Iron Halo. So we got John Lennon coming in at number 1, the Boy King himself. Sean Naden, I think I'm going to start saying that Sean Naden, I believe, has the prettiest hair in 40K because that man has some luscious locks.
Yeah.
So Sean, congrats on that hair. We now have Ben Sherwin at number 3. He started off like, to give you guys a little perspective, when we started our tenure here at Signals, Ben was in the top 5, and now he's back. So welcome back, Ben. It's been a while since we've seen you, buddy. Brad Chester got bumped down to number 4, and Mark Hurdle got bumped down to number 5. And now I believe our lovely producer Richard is scrambling to put those images up on the screen for you. So I'm kind of vamping for a second. There you go.
There we go. Wow.
They're up on the screen. That was natural. I'm great at this stuff, guys.
You did awesome.
Coming in for our hobby track, number 1. We don't have much movement in this category, unfortunately. Number 1 is John Lennon. No, wait, that's not right. That's Lee Harris.
That's incorrect.
I just started over at the top.
John Lennon suddenly has really well painted models.
What the hell?
Sorry, John.
No comment. Number 1 is Lee Harris. Number 2, JT Steger. Number 3, Scott Boucher. Number 4, Nicholas Wenker. And number 5, Noah Bedome. Nice. Going for the AOS competitive track, we've got number 1, Anthony Trentinelli. Number 2, James O'Brien. Number 3, Noe Aquino. I'm going to keep saying it. Number 4, Ramon Silva. And yes, I'm saying Silva now because the name changed in BCP. It was SLIVA. Now it is SILVA.
Maybe he listened to us and knew it was a typo.
I'm beginning to wonder if Mr. Silva here is intentionally changing his name in BCP to mess with me. And number 5 is Jack Ballard. Moving on to our hobby track stuff, we've got No Aquino again at number 1, number 2, Nick Garcia, number 3, Christopher Hernandez, number 4, Christopher Daughtry, and number 5, the infamous Ramon Silva. Whew, we made it.
That was a lot.
We did it.
Thank you, Seth.
All right. So I grabbed a few questions out of chat. One of them, people were asking, did I get the orc coin? Because I don't have a GW store near me. I have not gotten the orc coin. So if anyone out there in the listener land, I will give you the monies for a coin. So I would like an orc coin.
Kajit has wares if you have coin.
How old is Skyrim?
Like 20. That's a hyperbolic answer. Sorry. At least like 7-8 years old now.
So
10?
Yeah, it's been a while.
It's been forever.
Classy Badger asks again. I already had your question, Classy, in our copied list, but I got you, buddy. Is there how many AOS spots are there going to be at the New Orleans event, roughly?
Cool.
And is there premium tickets for the New Orleans stuff as well for AOS?
All right, tag me in. All right, I got this. Okay,
this is for you, Kicker. Yes.
All right.
Wait, no.
So the New Orleans Age of Sigmar one was one we I literally negotiated a separate ballroom just for this event. It was really last minute. We really didn't have space for it because we were putting all the stuff in the main ballroom for 40K. The Age of Sigmar one is going to be run by a new TO for Frontline Gaming, but a very experienced TO in general, John Barmore. It is going to be a 32-person event. It is going to be a competitive format, like you know and love. But he is adding a side little like narrative thing. Go check out the packet tomorrow. It's really cool. So the score is still all cutthroat competitive, but there's going to be a little narrative element that you can play if you want, and you can get some cool prizes on the side. It's going to be a really fun event though. And it will, of course, have the Frontline Gaming terrain and run by a wonderful TO here in New Orleans that I'm sure you all will know and love. So, yes, it will be a 32-person event right there. Sorry, I'm all excited.
So, wait, a 32-person AOS
tournament? That's it. That's the most we can fit. Are
there premium tickets for it?
So are there? I totally missed that question. Yeah, the premium tickets. You could email me and I'll make that work. It's not in the web cart right now. It's a 40K ticket, but we can make that happen for you if you really want. We would just cover the balance separate. Yeah, we can make that happen. Email me directly.
Do it,
and I'll take care of you.
Do it.
All
right. I think the other question was they wanted a Seth dress for 40K success seminar.
Do it.
I don't know who's coming to me for fashion advice.
Everyone.
My advice is to shave your head when you start going bald and gray, so that people stop making fun. Do you shave your head? Yes.
Do you think it just? Never mind.
You think I was this bald?
Sorry, I don't know. This glorious hair that I can't help.
Oh my god! Wow, Kicker.
Sorry.
I got cut deep there, folks.
Sorry.
Do you want some aloe vera for your cut?
Yeah,
that's not how that works.
I think we need to wrap this up. It's been getting late.
I hurt Seth's feelings.
It's okay, buddy.
It's okay.
So don't forget tomorrow. What time, Kicker?
Tomorrow, 11 a.m. Pacific Standard Time.
You will get your New Orleans Opens tickets, and you better jump on that hotel if you want it. I have been to that hotel before for a conference. It is legitimately across the street from the French Quarter. Like you are literally across the street from Bourbon Street.
Yeah,
it's a good place.
So where do you want to be? 11 PST.
There's a fantastic restaurant there called Bourbon House. I will be there at one night consuming my body weight in shrimp. So
that's a lot of shrimp.
It's true.
Seth, I can challenge you, dude. I'm a good old Louisiana boy, man. I can challenge you to some shrimp eating. So,
Kicker, you don't want to embarrass yourself like that. Okay.
All right.
Wow.
Yes. Don't forget tomorrow. Check out your coverage for the LVTT and the LGT over at the Thursday show. Any final thoughts for the folks at home?
Yeah, I promise you guys that we love each other very much.
Yes.
Anytime we playfully cut each other, it's not real.
It's true. We do love each other. It's like a brother or sister thing with us, where it's like you love them, but you're also like, I'm gonna call you on your crap.
Were you about to say you love him, but you also hate him? Because
I mean,
you almost said it.
It's okay.
Look, Shelby,
night, everybody.
I love you like a sister. Good night, everyone.
We should cut to the outro.
Thank you so much for joining us. We hope you enjoyed this episode of Signals from the Frontline. Have a great week, and we will see you next Wednesday.
Bye,
Good night, guys. Bye.